my best friend Catherine would say. But she doesn't do it that pronounced. It's more like. Alright, it's 2:33. We can do this. Happy birthday to Neil Young, one of my all-time favorites. And I also released a new album today called We Are Great Pets. It's on Spotify at the very least. And it's an album I recorded 6 years ago, October 2019. It was meant to be released October 10th, 2019. It's 10 songs. It was part of a series of albums. July, August, September, and October. It was 7 songs, 8 songs, 9 songs, and 10 songs. It was Capo 7, Gainesville, about Gainesville, Florida, and the Fest, and my uncle Walter and Aunt Nancy, and their cat. And then September was Kidding, Not Kidding. It was an album of songs for kids, about kids that I knew that have grown up a fair amount since then. And then We Are Great Pets, which was songs about dogs and cats, and I think just dogs and cats, animals that people had, either I or otherwise. But back to the 101 2-minute love songs. We are here with Before, and then also Rainy. Rainy, I hope it doesn't rain before I go retrieve my laundry. But this one's called Before. This almost has like a psycho killer feel to it. Before we begin, we better shut the curtains. We better lock all the doors before we get on all fours. In this very room, people won't approve, but it's my right to choose if it's all. Before we do what we're gonna do, we might as well take off our shoes. We might as well resign ourselves to the whistles and the bells. Before we run away from this, we better try just one kiss. Before we think it's all we've got, we better think about what we've thought. Before we begin, we better shut the curtains. We better lock all the doors for what's in store. All right, before we begin, we better shut the curtains. Better lock all the doors before we get on all fours. In this very room, other people won't approve. I forgot to say other when I sing it. But it's my right to choose if it's on. Before we do what we're going to do, we might as well take off our shoes. We might as well resign ourselves to the whistles and the bells. Before we run away from this, we better try just one kiss. Before we think it's all we've got, we better think about what we thought. Oh, I love that. We better think about what we thought. And then realize maybe we don't want to be thinking that. And then a repeating of, before we begin, we better shut the curtains, we better lock all the doors. But this time, I say, for what's in store. All right, Rainy. Think about the pace for a second. To have wanted something so much, so bad, you realize why. The same kind of desire in reality is sad and filled with pain, and it all feels feels like, and it all feels like, and it all feels like cigarettes and rain, and it all feels like, and it all feels like, and it all feels like cigarettes and rain. To have sacrificed so many moments of traveling the splendor ages you more than feelings of tender, involved with something still worth the change. But it all feels like, it all feels like, it all feels like cigarettes and rain, and it all feels like, yes, it all feels like, and it all feels like cigarettes and rain. To watch someone else be so unaware, so unbehaved, makes me realize how deluded I was to put up with someone just because I wanted some kind of change. And it all feels like, it all feels like, all feels like cigarettes and rain, and it all feels like, and it all feels like, and it all feels like cigarettes and rain, and it all feels like, and it all feels like, and it all feels like cigarettes and rain, and it all feels like, it all feels like, it all feels like cigarettes and rain. Alright, so I'm saying, to have wanted something so much, so bad that you realize why they say it that way, why that kind of desire is in reality sad and filled with pain. I think I didn't parse that out quite right, but that's okay. And then the chorus, and it all feels like, and it all feels like, and it all feels like cigarettes and rain. And then the second verse, to have sacrificed so many moments of traveling splendor, ages you more than months of feeling tender, involved with something still worth the change. Excuse me, the chain. I think I said the change, but the chains. That's funny. And then the chorus, and it all feels like, and it all feels like, and it all feels like cigarettes and rain. And then the last verse, to watch someone else be so unaware and so unbehaved makes me realize how deluded I was to put up with someone just because I wanted some kind of change. There it is. I did say change there. And then the chorus, and it all feels like, and it all feels like, and it all feels like cigarettes and rain. So off to see Patti Smith tonight. Woohoo! Never seen her before, or maybe saw her at Bridge School one year with Neil Young, putting on the Bridge School benefits. It all ties together. And I'm very, very excited. And tomorrow we'll tune in for, my alarm's going to go off in a second here, Telling, which is one of my favorite 2-minute love songs. And then Tendered, which is another really good one. I mean, they're all good. I love All My Children here, which makes me think of the soap opera All My Children. But tomorrow's two, Telling and Tender. When it's tendered with the ED in parentheses, I don't think that's an erectile dysfunction joke. I think that's tender and then tendered, separating. But who knows? You can choose your own adventure. What is it? What do you see when you look at that word? Well, I guess I already said what I saw. I don't know what that's saying about me. But anyways, till tomorrow, yeah, the people have the power. Diddle-oo, 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 diddle-oo. I have to stop doing the diddle-oo to get my